Okay, all right. Okay. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, good afternoon, depending on where you are joining us from. Yes. Hello. Greetings to you, ladies and gentlemen. Yes. Welcome to our trading this evening. I trust and believe that we had a great day. Yes, depending on what was happening in the day. Yes. Let me check my mic. If you can hear me, if you can see me, give me one in the chat. If you can see me, if you can hear me, give me one in the chat. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Yes. Where are you joining us from? Let us know. Where are you joining us from? All right. Okay, this is guys, this is Mavuto Mopiwa joining you guys from Johannesburg. Yes. Johannesburg in South Africa. Yes. So let us know, where are you joining us from? Let me give some shout outs in the chat. Yes, who is here tonight? Who is here this evening? I'm trying to check here. Who is here this evening? Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. All right, I see we do have Anna joining us from South Africa. Okay, we do have Habib joining us from London. Yes, we do have Rejoice joining us from Ghana. We do have Hamis joining us from Tanzania. Yes. Mrs. Muzingwa joining us from Zimbabwe. All right. We do have Jonathan joining us from Suriname. Yes. What about Ronald joining us from Uganda? Okay, we do have a radiologist, yes, joining us from South Sudan, yes, from Rumbeki, South Sudan. All right, we do have Brooke from Addis Ababa, Ethiopia. Wow, okay, we do have Polite joining us from Mbarara, Uganda. Aha, we do have, is this Osama? Osama joining us from Uganda. Okay. Mishek joining us from Soweto in South Africa. All right. Grace joining us from Uganda. Chovle joining us from Suriname. Okay. Ruzak joining us from UAE. All right. Anna joining us from UK. What about Patrick? Patrick joining us from Italy. All right. Campus joining us from Ghana. Okay. We do have School. Is it Skumbuzo or what? All right. I see there is a short name of School joining us from Midrand in South Africa. Precious joining us from Saudi Arabia. Yes. Lamin joining us from Gambia. Oh, okay. All right, we do have Joseph from Uganda. Okay, we do have yes, we do have Asingura Besign joining us from Uganda. Galaxy, oh, is it Galaxy AO2 joining us from Namibia? All right, we do have Robert from Uganda, Francis from Uganda, Saleh joining us from Philippines. Okay. What about Masaka? Masaka is here. Leader Mubiru Spiritual. Yes, great leader from Masaka in Uganda. Welcome, my leader. Thank you for joining us. Okay, we do have Jacob. Jacob joining us from Uganda. Yes, Jacob Maweje from Uganda. Daniel from Uganda. Liti joining us from Zimbabwe. Okay. Yes. I'm seeing Rogers from Uganda. Okay, Jordan Tembela joining us from South Africa. Ivan joining us from Uganda, Kampala. Yes. We do have Michael Muhereza joining us from Turkey. Oh, Leader Aminata is in the house, all the way from France. Okay, Wise Man joining us from South Africa. James joining us from South Sudan. Okay, Bisrat joining us from Ethiopia. Yes, 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 yes. We do have Asiru, is it Asiriuya? Let me pronounce it again. Asiriua, yes, Asiriua from Nigeria. Okay, all right. Some other name you need to come before you pronounce it. Okay, all right. We do have Hillary joining us from Uganda. Okay, who else is here? I'm not mentioning. All right, all right, all right. We do have Brian Twalib. Brian Twalib is joining us from SSD. Okay, SSD. Is this South Sudan? Is this South Sudan? I'm sure it's South Sudan. SSD. Yes, Brian Twalib joining us from SSD. All right. Okay. Anthony Mende joining us from Gambia. Oh, no. A Gambian living in Qatar. Okay, yes. I'm correct now. Yes, Anthony joining us from Qatar, but is a Gambian. All right. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us this evening for our training. I hope that your team is here. On Mondays, we normally do signals and precise, all right? Signals and precise, morning and evening. We've got special trainings. These are special trainings to make sure that we are winning in our business as Royal Q, specifically and especially crypto ambassadors. Crypto ambassadors. All right, Sarah joining us from Ghana. Thank you so much, Sarah, for joining us. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, signals and precise, Monday evening. Protocol observed to all the leaders that have joined us this evening. Yes. So, let me see those that are new. When I'm saying they are new, probably they are 1 week old. Yes, their robots are 1 week old. Can I see those whose robots are 1 week old? Can I see by raising up the hand? Can I see those? Their robots, it's 1 week old, or probably you can just give me one in the chat. Just give me one in the chat. Yes. Just give me one in the chat. Just give me one in the chat. Yes, I'm going to give some shout outs to you. Those that their robots is only 1 week old. 1 week old. 1 week old. Yes. 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 Let me check in the chat now. Let me check in the chat. Those that are having very new robots, newly activated members, because I know that each and every week, yes, each and every week, people are joining crypto ambassadors from all parts of the world. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. All right, all right. Let me check here. Let me check here. All right, we do have Precious is new. All right, the robot is new. Jonathan is new. All right, Ronald is new. Mishek is new. Hillary is new. All right, Rejoice is new. Okay, Galaxy is new. All right, Krista, is it Mufabi? Abigail, it's new. No, Mufabi Daniel, sorry, yeah. Mufabi Daniel, it's new. And we do have Abigail iPhone, it's new. All right. McDonald, it's new. Tembela Jordan is new. All right. Okay. Tiopo, is it Tiopo? Oh, Galaxy. Okay, the name is Tiopo from Namibia. Okay, thank you for joining us, Tiopo. And thank you for joining Crypto Ambassadors. Yes, being part of the Royal Q family. All right, Christine, yes, is also new here. All right, okay. So for the sake of those that are new, let me just take you to different WhatsApp groups, but I'm gonna only just pick one WhatsApp group where we are going to pick a signal. Okay, Ray also. Ray says he's new here. Ray says is new. All right, the robot is still new. Okay, all right. So guys, let's go. Let me share my screen. Then we go into our sharing. All right. But today, I want to base my training on one area. But before I do that, let's go to a group where we are going to identify a signal together. All right, let's go to a group where we're going to identify a signal together. All right. Yes, for the sake of those that are new, for the sake of those that are new, yes, for the sake of those that are new, allow me to come here and pick one group. Yes, I just want to pick one group. Yes, probably yes. Let me come here. Let me come here. All right. So ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to use this. I'm going to use this for training purposes, right? Yes. I'm going to use this for training purposes. All right. So I believe that we are together. If you are able to see my screen, please give me one in the chat. If you can see my screen, give me one in the chat. If you can see my screen, give me one in the chat. If you can see my screen, give me one in the chat. 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 Okay, all right. So my screen is visible. All right. So ladies and gentlemen, when we are doing signals and presets, we needed to understand that for you to identify a signal, you needed to know that a signal has got what we call a coin name, all right? Yes, it do have a signal name. When we say a signal, we are talking about a pair that you are going to trade, okay? Yes, a coin that you are going to trade, all right? So it should be having a name. In this case, we are looking at this. This is the name of the pair that you are going to trade. For example, we are looking at Phil USDT, all right? Phil USDT. The name of the coin is Phil. You are going to use a currency called USDT to buy and sell Phil. That's why it says Phil USDT. All right? Yes. Now we do have what we call take profit, which is 4%. And we do have what we call preset price, which is this figure or this number that you are seeing on my screen, 3.204. All right? The signal is having a preset price. All right? We're going to talk about what is a preset price. All right? Then we do have what we call take profit callback. All right? As well as the margin call drop. Yes, tonight I'm going to talk more about margin call drops as well as margin configuration. All right? Yeah. So this is how a signal looks like. This is how a signal looks like. All right? Yes, this is just a number. Don't worry about the D hash 77. No, don't worry about that. It's just a number tracking these signals. All right? But what you should focus on, it is this part. Okay, so this is how a signal looks like, right? So if you are able to identify a signal when it is dropped in the chat, after we have gone through together here, if you are able to identify a signal, please give me 2 in the chat. If you can identify a signal in the WhatsApp group where you belong, if you can identify a signal in the WhatsApp group you belong, give me 2 in the chat. 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 All right. Okay. So thank you so much. I see you are following. Now, let's go to setting up this signal. When a signal has been given like this, then how do you go about it? Looking at all these parameters that are given here, all these things that are given here. How do you go about it? Now, let's go to our amazing artificial intelligent bot. Okay, let's come here to our amazing artificial intelligent robot. Okay, Now we are here on our artificial intelligent robot. You are on the home screen. Okay, you are right on the home screen. So when you come on the home screen, you are going to find that we are trading in the USDT market. We are trading in the USDT market, all right? Because that signal, it says fill. If you have seen it, it says fill stroke USDT. So we are using USDT to buy and sell these coins that are displayed on your home screen. Now, when you come to your home screen, I want you to look here on the corner, on the top corner left. Yes, top corner left. On the top corner left, you need to check there. What is there? Let's go together. When you come here, you are going to see different exchanges that are connected to your robot. Okay, so why should you check? You need to make sure that the coin that you are picking in the exchange which is connected to your robot. Okay, yes, that is the essence of coming here, to make sure that you are picking a coin in the right exchange. Okay, yeah. And also you need to know that there are other coins that are inside Binance, okay, that are inside Binance, but they are not in Hobby. All right, so when you come here and check, you are also going to find out, probably they give a signal which is not in Hobby, but it is in what? It is in Binance. So you need to take note of that. Yeah, you need to take note of that. There are other coins that are in Binance, but they are not in Hobby. Okay, mostly, should I say, 3/4 of the team, they are trading in these two exchanges, right? Yes, I think a few they are using these ones, but 3/4 of the team, they are using these two exchanges. So make sure that you are choosing the coin in the right exchange connected to your robot. All right, yes, that's the reason why we visited this part, so that when you setting up the coin, the robot should be able to pick it because it is connected to that particular exchange. Now let's come here. Now on the home screen, we are looking for a coin called fill stroke USDT. Is either we can scroll to look for it, but it may take time if it happens that the coin is right on the bottom. Okay, all right, but here it is. Here it is. This is fill stroke USDT. That's the name of the coin. Another way to look for this coin is to click on this search button here. There's a search button right there. Okay, here is the search button, so that you don't scroll to the bottom. You just click on the search button. You are going to see the pen is gonna come there. Then you write the name fill. Okay, the moment you write fill, there comes the coin. Okay, there comes the coin. All right, here is the coin that we are looking for. Now you click on it. When you click on it, this is the first page that you are going to see on your screen. So we are setting it up now. We want to set up fill stroke USDT according to the signal. So you are going to click create. You're gonna click create when you come here on this first page. Then you click create. When you click create, you're gonna land on the next page. On the next page, you are going to find two robots. You're gonna find two robots. The first one is called Martingale Strategy Bot, and the second one is called the Grid Bot. Okay, we are looking for the first one, which is called the Martingale Strategy Bot. Yes, we also have this robot inside our Royal Queue. Okay, yes, but we are not currently using, most of us, we don't trade using the Grid Bot. We trade using the Martingale Strategy Bot. Okay, yeah, but all these bots are working. All these bots are working. So you're gonna click on Martingale. When you click on it, it's going to be highlighted like that. It means that you have clicked on it. Then after clicking on it and it's been highlighted, then you click create. You click create, right? Yeah, let's go together. Then I click create. Then I'm gonna land on this page. I will land on this page. Then here, I'm not going to focus on this part. I'm gonna focus on this part because we want to create our own strategy like what it says here. Feel free to create your own strategy, all right? Yes, in Royal Queue, there is more flexibility. There is more flexibility. Then I click next. Then now I have landed on Fill USDT. This is the coin. All those steps we were doing, we wanted to come here and then set up this coin called Fill USDT. All right. Who is here with me? Who is here with me so far? Who is here with me so far? Give me 3 in the chat. Give me 3 in the chat if you have been following me. Give me 3 in the chat if you have been following me. Give me 3 in the chat if you have been following me. Yes. Give me 3 in the chat. 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 All right. All right. Let's go to Fill USDT. All right. Fill USDT. Here is the coin. Now, when we come here now, what do? We want to start setting it up. For us to have the pen, to edit, to change whatever we want to change, first we needed to click what we call trade setting. You see here, there is trade setting in blue, all right? Yes, trade setting in blue. So when you click on trade setting, you are going to land on this page. After clicking trade setting, you're gonna land on this page, all right? So here, we are looking for manual create. We are looking for manual create. Remember, we are setting our own strategy manually, and the robot is going to finish the rest after we have set it up. So we are not using smart create, okay? The smart create, it is the default settings of the robot. Royal Queue has already given us a strategy if we don't want to touch anything, okay? If we don't want to touch anything, then we can use the smart create, but this one needs a lot of capital. But here we want to make sure that our little capital is also enabled to trade on Royal Queue. That's why we are using the manual create. Let's come on manual create. There we go. When you click on manual create, then you are going to find this template that is seen on the screen. Okay, now when you come here, when you come on this page, the first thing that you need to do is to switch off the AI margin call. You need to switch off the AI margin call. Make sure that the AI margin call is switched off. All right, so you click AI margin call, it should be off. Open position doubled. If you find it, if you happen to find this feature, okay, sometimes you're going to find it like this. It's gonna be highlighted like that in blue. It means it is on. That feature also needed to be off. You have to switch off here, because if you are going to open this feature, every time the robot is going to buy, for example, your first buying amount is 12. It will be doubling this $12 which is here. All right. So it's better this feature to be off. You put it off. All right. Otherwise, your capital is going to be finished very quick. All right. Now let's come to the margin call limit. Let me emphasize that the signals that are given, they are martingale signals. Why am I saying so? Because you need to start with 4 margin calls. 4 margin calls, they are the ones that you need to trade with. Then when it happens that the signal did not deliver, the coin is dipping, It's when you come and open extra margin calls. All right? Yes, I'm gonna tell you the reason why we are trading with 4 margin calls. There is a margin call drop that you saw in the signal, which is 5%, if I'm not mistaken. All right? Yes. So this 5% covers or caters for 4 margin calls. All right? So when you come here, margin call limit. Margin call limit. What is margin call limit? Number of times that you want your robot to buy. You want your robot to buy 7 times? Do you want your robot to buy 2 times? Do you want your robot to buy 5 times? Do you want your robot to buy 4 times? That's what we call margin call limit. Yes. You don't trade without margin calls. You don't trade without margin calls. You are going to suffer, ladies and gentlemen. Please trade with margin calls. Yes, there is a reason why Royal Q put margin calls. Don't do shortcut here. You will end up suffering. All right. So margin call limit, we are putting 4. We are putting 4 margin call limit. Our first buy-in amount is 15. We are putting $15 as our first buy-in amount. What is first buy-in amount? This is the amount of money that the robot takes to buy every time it goes to the market. If it is going to buy 4 times, it will be using $15 as the first buy-in amount. All right? Yes. So this is the amount of money the robot takes for the first time whenever it is buying. That's our first buy-in amount. Okay. Now, let's come here on the whole position take profit here. Whole position take profit according to the signal. I just want to do it here quickly. Then I want to focus on margin configuration. All right? Yes. Whole position take profit ratio. But in our signal, it says what? It says whole position. Let me look for that group again so that we can get our signal. It says, let me look for it. Let me look for it. Let me look for it. Believe that is gonna come quickly here. Aha, there it is. There it is. Okay, so this is the signal that we are setting up. This is the signal that we are setting up. This one here. All right. So it do have take profit, which is whole position take profit in our Royal Q. So it says 4%. Let's go and put in the 4%. So we're gonna come here, and then the signal says 4%. We are going to put 4.1. Okay, we're gonna put 4.1. What about our whole position take profit? Here, we always recommend 0.01. Okay, or probably you can put 0.1. All right, yes. But the recommendation always is 0.01. Okay, before I come to margin configuration, let me talk about the buy-in callback. The buy-in callback. All right, yes. The buy-in callback, we also put it 0.01. 0.01. Okay, so what is a buy-in callback? A buy-in callback, it is a percentage that the robot looks at before it makes a purchase when the margin call drop has been achieved. Okay, buy-in callback, it is a percentage that the robot observes before it buys when the margin call drop has been achieved. Okay, so I'm gonna explain margin call drop so that you understand in connection with the buy-in callback. All right, but just know that the buy-in, it is a percentage the robot observes before it makes a buy. Remember, we do have 4 margin calls here, 4 margin calls there. So the robot will be observing this buy-in callback whenever it is buying one of these calls that are here. All right. So the strategy mode is one shot. Yes, the strategy mode is one shot. Now, let's come to our margin configuration here. This is where we do our margin call drop. Our margin call drop and how we want the robot to buy these 4 margin calls. That's what we call margin configuration. It is a configuring out of the buying of these calls. How do we want the robot to buy these 4 calls? That's what we call margin configuration. If you are having 20 margin calls, how do you want the robot to buy these 20 margin calls? That's what we call margin configuration, right? So we click on margin configuration. Then by default, we are seeing this. By default, we are seeing this. This is our 4 margin calls. All right. You can see first call is there. First call, second call, third call, fourth call. 4 margin call limits that we have put. Now the signal says 5% margin call. The signal says 5% margin call drop. Can you see here? It says 5% margin call drop. All right. So we needed to allocate this 5% among the 4. We're going to allocate the 5% among the 4 calls. All right. So how do we get each and every call drop from the 5? Remember our margin call drop percentage, it is 5. It is 5, right? Yes, it is 5%. But now we do have 4 margin calls. How do we allocate this 5%? Yes, this 5% between these margin calls that are 4. So what do we do is that we are going to take 5, which is our margin call drop, we divide by 4. Okay? Meaning to say, margin call drop percentage divided by number of margin call limit. Margin call drop percentage divided by number of margin call limit is when we get how much can we allocate on each and every call. Okay? Yes. So you need to take note of that. How do you allocate the margin call drop among the number of margin calls? So margin call drop, which is 5%, divided by 4. Let's do it together. Let's do it together. Yes. 5%. Yes. 5 divided by 4. 5% divided by 4. What is the answer? I need an answer in the chat. 5% divided by 4. 5% divided by 4. What is the answer? I need an answer in the chat. I'm coming in the chat now. I'm coming in the chat. 5 divided by 4. 5 divided by 4. 5 divided by 4. 5 divided by 4. We are getting a margin call drop for each call. We are getting a margin call drop for each call. And we are having how many calls? 4 of them. And we are having how many percentage of margin call drop? 5. So 5 divided by 4. How much are we getting? It is 1.25. 1.25. All right. So we are going to allocate. We're going to allocate 1.25. 1.25. Here also, according to the signal, 1.25. Here also, 1.25. All right. Here as well, the fourth one, 1.25. All right. So we are sorted on that side. All right. If we add this, if we add 1.25, 1.25, 1.25, is it going to give us 5%? Is it going to give us 5%? Yes, because 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 is already 4. Okay, so 25 or 0.25 plus 0.25 is already what? It's already what? It's already 0.50, right? It's already point, all right? So this other 0.25 plus 0.25 is another 0.50, okay? So 0.50 plus 0.50, we are getting 1, okay? Which is 1 plus 4 is already 5%. There we go, okay? So remember, you can also use another way on how to allocate the 5%. But this is what we are getting. You can do also like that, because there isn't only one way that you can use to get to Uganda. Yes, what am I trying to say? This is 1.25, and here also 1.25, right? You can decide to put 1 here, you also put 1 here. 1 plus 1 is 2%. You have remained with how much percentage now? 3, because the total is what? Is 5. So 2 is already allocated to these 2. You remain with 3%. So you can divide 3 and put 1.5 here and 1.5 there. Are you getting it? You can put 1 here, 1 here, 1.5, 1.5. The total still is 5%. Okay? Yes. All right. Now, what does this mean? It simply means that when the robot buys for the first time, with the $15, which is our first buy-in amount, okay? Then if the price from where the robot bought with $15, the price start to go down, for the robot to buy the first call, this one here, the price from where it bought with the $15, the price should drop with 1.25. Listen to me. When the robot buys for the first time with $15, this $15 is not counted among these 4 buys. No. That's why you're going to discover that when the robot buys all these 4s, you are going to receive 5 messages that confirms that your robot has bought 5 times. Okay? But these 5 times, 1, it is the $15. Then the 4 are these ones, which we are calling them margin calls. All right? So when the robot buys with $15, okay, for it to buy the first call, the price from where it bought with $15, the price should drop with 1.25. Then the robot is going to what? To buy. Now, let me connect with the buy-in callback. If you remember very well here, let me save here and then go to the buy-in callback. All right, this is our buy-in callback. This is our buy-in callback. So when the price of the coin drops by 1.25%, 1.25%, then the robot is going to buy the first call. But before it buys the first call, the price of the coin should increase or should go up a little bit by 0.01. Then the robot is going to buy this first call. Let me demonstrate. Let me demonstrate so that you understand what I'm talking about. When the robot buys the first buy, $15 here. $15 buy-in amount here. All right. So the price is going to move from here. Okay. We are assuming that this movement is equal to 1.25, the one that we were putting, right? Yes. Now, after this drop has been achieved, the robot is not going to buy immediately. It will wait for the price to rise up. The price should rise up with 0.01. This one here. This one here. So the price should rise up 0.01. Then the robot is going to buy with the first amount, or the first call, I mean. The first call. Okay? So this is what happens there. This buy-in callback is respected by the robot before it buys any call when the margin call drop has been achieved. So we saw that our margin call drop is 1.5. The price drops with this, the robot buys the first call. Again, the price drops again with 1.25, it buys the second call. It drops 1.25, it buys the third call. It drops again 1.25, then it buys the fourth call, up to the number of margin calls allocated on your robot. But it always watches when this has been the 0.01, the robot observes it before it buys. That's what we call the buy-in callback. Together, ladies and gentlemen, if you are following, give me 2. If you are following, please give me 2. I want to come to the multiple buy-in ratio. Yes. If you are following, give me 2. If you are following, give me. I want to stress the importance of buying with margin calls. I want to stress that very, very much. Buying margin calls is very, very important, especially when the coin is going down. The price of the asset your robot is buying, when it goes down, is very important that you put margin calls. Yes, you trade with margin calls, because here we are not gambling, but we are doing real-time trading. Yes, let me go back here now and then look at our capital. Yes, you have heard me well. Capital. How do you measure your capital? Your capital is measured according to the buy times. According to the buy-in times, which are called multiple buy-in ratio. Okay? Multiple buy-in ratio, it is the number of times how you want the robot to buy. Remember, you have given your robot 4 margin calls. Now, when it is buying for the first time with the $15, it should buy how many times with the $15? I don't know if you are tracking. When we say multiple buy-in ratio, your first buy-in amount is $15. You have told the robot, buy 4 times for me. Now, when it is buying for the first call with $15, it should buy how many times with the $15? Should it be 1 time? Should it be 2 times? Should it be 3 times? That's what we call multiple buy-in ratio. Okay? So if your first buy-in amount is 15 and you put 2 here, it means that this 2 times 15. Are we together? Yes. 15 times 2, meaning to say on this call alone, the robot will need $30 to make a purchase. 2 times 15 is equal to 30. What about number 2? What about call number 2? If we are to multiply 4 times 15, it means we're going to $60 here for the robot to buy call number 2 alone. Number of times, which is called the multiple buy-in ratio. Okay? Yes. What about the third call? We are saying the robot should buy 8 times 15. Okay? 8 times 15 is how much? It is $120 alone for the third call. And the fourth call as well. If we are to put 16 there, it means 16 times $15. All right? Yes. So how much are we going to use to buy call number 4 alone if the robot is going to buy 16 times 15, which means we're going to need $240 on this fourth call alone? Yes, that's why I was saying, let us look at our capital. This area, it is your capital that you are going to allocate for the 4 margin calls. Are we together? So the number of times that you are putting here, make sure that it is equivalent to your capital that you want the robot to use in case the price keeps on going down to buy these 4 margin calls. So if you are having $50, for example, you need to check. How long can you go? For the robot to finish your $50, first buy-in amount 15. It's gonna buy till where? All right. I don't know if you are tracking. I just want you to have a picture. When we say capital allocation, how do you allocate it? This is your capital. The number that you are going to put here, you have to make sure that you add them together, then you multiply by the first buy-in amount. If you are using 15, you multiply by 15. If you are using 12, you multiply by 12. If you are using 10, you multiply by 10. So this is what we call the multiple buy-in ratio. How do you want the robot to buy the 4 margin calls? So this is your capital. Okay, are we tracking? Are we tracking? I'm left with 5 minutes. I just want to do the margin configuration now in detail. Are you tracking? If you are tracking, give me 1 in the chat. Give me 1 in the chat. I'm gonna give you guys 5 minutes for questions. I'll give you 5 minutes for questions, right? I'm gonna only do 4 minutes now. I'm gonna do 4 minutes now. Then 5 minutes is gonna be questions, right? Yes. Okay, let's go and finish up. Let's go and finish up. Yes, you needed to understand how your robot do the buying and selling activity. Now, we are going to save this the way it is. So we are going to get how much capital is needed here. How much capital is needed here. All right. So I said 2 times 15, which is 30. 4 times 15, which is 60. And 8 times 15, which is 120. And then 16 times 15, which is 240. So when you add this, when you add that, you are going to find that the total which is needed is $450. Okay, $450. But out of this $450, we did not add the first buy-in amount, which is 50, because the 15 is separate. The 450 is only needed for these calls. All right? Yes, only for these calls. Then we are going to add plus 1, which is 15. So 450 plus 15, then we're gonna get $465, which is needed for this type of setting, right? Yes, so I'm gonna confirm. It means my 465 is ready for the robot to put in the 4 margin calls, all right? Then after that, I click save. After that, I click save, all right? Yes, I click, then I am done with this signal. What is remaining is for me to put in the preset price. Preset price, yes. Then I'm confirming here. It is now confirmed. What is remaining? It is the first preset buy-in price, this one here, because the signal says first preset buy-in price. Okay, let's come to our signal. Here is the preset price. It says 3.204. 3.204. Let's go and put in the 3.204. Let's come here and put in the 3.204. Okay, 3.204. All right. But when you look at this, when you look at the current price, 3.204. All right, is that correct? Correct, our preset price? Yes, 3.204. Okay, that's the preset. But now, when you look here, you discover that the current price is lower than the preset price. It means now the current price has come and has passed the preset price. But the time the signal was sent, the preset was 3.204. But now here is the current price, 3.191. So if we are to set a preset from here, for example, just an example, we can say 3.90, okay, 3.190. That is going to be our preset, for example. Or maybe we can put 3.189. Okay, let's try in the preset price. Okay, I just want you to see how do we put in the preset price. So the preset should be lower than the current price. Preset should be lower than the current price. If you find out that preset is higher than current price, then you need to just enter the signal and click start. Don't put preset. So when you put preset, we are going to do like this 3.189. Okay, we are just using this as an example. Then I confirm. Okay, see now it has already dropped. See, it has already dropped to 3.187. Look at my preset, 3.189. Okay, higher than this one. Okay, so if I wanted the robot to pick my preset, this should be lower. Okay, all right, it has gone back to 3.190. So if I click start here, it means the robot will wait for the 3.190 to come to 3.189. Then the robot will buy. Okay, so I'm saying current price should be higher than preset price. Preset price should be lower than current price. When a signal is given with a preset and you come and find that this one has already come down to this one, then don't preset it. Just enter and click start. Set your robot, click start. Then you are good to go. Now the question is, sometimes the robot does not pick your preset price. Yes, you discover that you put a preset here, then the price did not come down. The price did not come down. The robot is still waiting for 1 hour, 2 hours. The price, this one, does not come to this one. What do? You come and click preset. Okay, you come and click pause. You are going to see that the coin, after clicking start, it will be waiting to buy. Then you're gonna come and click pause. When you click pause, it's gonna ask you to put in the new preset price. You don't put in the preset price, you just click confirm. You just click confirm. That preset price is gonna go away automatically. It will go away automatically. Can you see it is gone? Do you see that? It is gone now. So it means you have canceled this trade. You have canceled it. That is the way you cancel a trade if the robot did not pick a preset price. Okay? Yes. Are we together? Time for questions now. Are we together? If we are together, give me 1 in the chat. If we are together, give me 1 in the chat. We are together, give me 1 in the chat. Okay, I'm seeing some questions. All right. How do you create account for Royal Q? Stephen, ask the person who invited you to this Zoom. They're gonna help you how to create an account with Royal Q. I see you are new. Okay, Stephen Loom, ask the person who invited you to this Zoom. They're gonna give you a link so that you can register and create your account on Royal Q. All right? Yes. Okay. So the robot is supposed to be switched on and off. No, you don't switch on and off. You don't switch on and off. Whenever you click start, you don't disturb the robot. When you are switching on and off, you are only changing. For example, you want to add margin calls. Okay? You want to add margin calls. You don't switch it off. You only click on trade setting. You just click here on trade setting, then you go and add margin calls. You don't switch off the robot. When you switch off the robot, it means you are pausing the trade. You are pausing the trade. So you can still operate while the robot is still working. You can still operate, change settings while the robot is still operating. Okay, are we together? Okay, let me check another question. Another question in the chat says, there's a question that was here. There was a question here that was talking about, okay, what happens if the preset price is higher than current price? Okay, if the price is higher than current price, the robot is not going to pick the trade because it has already passed. All right, if the preset is higher, that's why I'm saying if the preset is higher, it means the current price has already come down. So the robot is not gonna pick that trade. Okay, yes. When the trade is cancelled, you go and pick another signal. That is the essence of canceling the trade. Okay, when you are canceling the trade that is not picked by the robot, you are waiting for another signal to enter, so that you don't put that coin still in preset. You want to start a new trade. Okay, all right. What can be the effect of buying at higher price and the market falls? Yes, you are going to be in floating lows. There is what we call floating lows. When the market is higher and you have got very high, you are going to remain in floating lows if you don't have more money, if you don't have capital to open margin calls, so that when the price keeps on going down, your robot can continue to buy at a cheaper price. So make sure that you are entering at the right price. Is it possible for you to get for us? Okay, I don't know if the meeting is being recorded. Okay, the total of margin call exceeds the call drop. Aha. So this is what I was saying. I was saying, trade with 4 margin calls. 4 margin calls. The percentage, the margin call drop percentage given, let's say that it is 4 or it is 5. Okay, mostly it comes from 4 to 5. I have never seen it 6. Mostly it's 4 and 5. All right, so this caters for 4 margin calls. Okay, the 4% or the 5% caters for 4 margin calls. If it happens that after the robot has bought the 4 margin calls and you are opening extra margin calls, let's say you want to put now 10, you need to set margin call drops for these extra calls. Okay, margin call drop provided it is only for 4 margin calls. It caters for 4 margin calls. I don't know if I'm making sense. If the current price is lower than the preset, it means, yes, you just buy the coin. When you have finished setting it up, if the current price is lower than the preset, when you set the robot, click that immediately. You don't need to preset. You don't need to preset if current price is lower than preset. All right, yes. What happens when the fuel fee gets finished? The robot will stop trading for the floating profit. You are in floating profit, and then your fuel fee runs out. The robot works because of fuel fee. Yes, the robot works because of fuel fee. So you need to make sure that you've got enough fuel fee in your robot. You will discover that when your fuel fee is under 10, the system will continue giving you messages of warning that you are running out of fuel fee. So you need to put in the fuel fee. Are we together? Let me look at this. How do you know that your fuel fee is enough? It should be above 10. For you to know your fuel fee is enough, it should be above $10. When it is below $10, you will see messages from the system coming to your inbox that you are running out of fuel fee. Okay? But it will only stop when the fuel fee is under $2. It will only stop when the fuel fee is under $2. Then the robot will stop. Okay? But from 10, you're going to start receiving messages of warning. All right. What is okay, Susie, the minimum amount to start with to trade with in Royal Q, it is as little as $15. Okay? As little as $15, you can start trading in Royal Q. But remember, for you to have good profit, you need good capital. All right? You need good capital. Good capital, good profits. All right? Yes. Okay. I think I have tackled most of the questions. Let me check. I'm trying to check questions. Okay, what is the purpose of preset price? And how do you know if the coin needs a preset price if you are picking the signal by yourself? If you want to have a preset price by yourself, you need to attend a morning Zoom where we teach people how to analyze a coin. In that class is when you're gonna learn how to do your own preset price, okay? But in the course of you are somebody who does not know, you should know that the preset price is provided in the signal if it is needed. Other signals, they don't have preset price. Other signals, they do have preset price. So the purpose of preset price, you want to buy lower. Remember, current price is here, preset price is here. So you don't want to buy here, you want to wait for the price to come down here so that your robot can buy here. So the purpose of presetting is to buy at a cheaper price. Okay? That's the purpose of presetting, to buy at a cheaper price. We are laying a trap in the robot so that it buys cheaper. Okay, I think all the questions are tackled. All the questions are tackled. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for attending. I don't know if there's someone who whom I did not tackle their questions, but I think I have answered all the questions. Floating loss. The issue of floating loss, it needs capital. That's the only way to resolve the issue of floating loss. If you are in floating loss for a longer time, get capital, add it, then open margin calls. Then the robot will trade, will bring the average price closer to the current price whenever it buys those extra margin calls. All right? Yes, that's the issue of floating loss. If you don't have capital, just be patient. The prices will come back. Whenever they go down, they come back. Yes. All right. The price, the fuel fee, it is in the asset of the robot. The fuel fee, it is in the asset of the robot. Yes. The robot has got an asset. It's where the fuel fee of the robot stays. So whenever it is running out, you're going to receive messages that your fuel is running out. The engine will stop running. Yes, the same like the car. It's going to give you a warning on the dashboard that the fuel is running out. Yes, so you need to top it up. Otherwise, the engine will stop. Okay, all right. So guys, thank you so much for joining us tonight. I believe that you have learned something this evening. Yes, don't stop attending. You may not learn everything. Remember, Leader Mubiru was doing the same training in the morning. I'm repeating the same training in the evening, but still someone doesn't get it. So you need to attend as many times as possible. Then you are going to make it perfect. Yes. So keep on attending. Keep on attending. Keep on attending. Keep on attending. So thank you so much, guys. I wish you a lovely, lovely evening, lovely night. Yes, lovely morning, depending on your location. Depending on your location. See you tomorrow, guys. May the good Lord be with you. May you have a blessed night. Bye from my side.